If people in the chat can hear me, apologies. Do you want to try that for me, please?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
It works.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a
Aw.
tech issue over here. But yeah, you guys are good to go. I'll leave you to it.
All right. So
Okay,
yeah.
great.
So pretty much guitar
Welcome to Hallowspeed.
Okay. So pretty much guitar low percent or knife only. Everything will be done in the guitar except for equipping the weapon, which will be the knife. Until the end of the game, last boss will be done with the pistol because yeah, it sucks. Besides that, everything is done with the guitar, low percent. Pretty much all it means is we're allowed to use the pistol at the end. That's the only difference between knife only and low percent. We use the pistol at the end. But yeah, I'm ready whenever.
That sounds great. Would you like to start counting down?
Sure. Hi, Chad. All right. In 3, 2, 1, go. It's Sun Inferno, right? No. No, don't say that. Don't say that. All right, so pretty much for starting this off, since everyone loves a rundown on these buttons, pretty much all my movement is based into the frets. So green would be forward, red is left, yellow is right, blue is for me to move back, barely use it, or I barely use most of these buttons actually. And orange will be my aim. From there, strumming down would be confirm. I skip using one of those small buttons that I don't remember at the bottom. And pretty much up on the strum pad will be my dodge, as well as like my confirm for skipping cutscenes. Silent Hill the room, yeah, of course. Come on, Jill, can you climb in? Thank you. Jill has problems with that window. This is great. Of course it is.
Hey, Crazy, do we have time for a donation?
Go right ahead.
Thank you so much. We have a £20 donation from Viper. Hey guys, thanks for having me in the marathon, and here's a little something to help the charity.
Jill the window pro, yeah, of course. I don't know why, but Jill has a big problem with climbing through that window. Only if you don't hit forward. It's like if you hit forward as you go through that window, without letting go for a second, she'll just keep running against it as if she's not even there yet. It's kind of weird. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot to explain. If I hit the Xbox home button on this guitar, it'll bring the camera down and the strum bar will bring it up. And that's why my menuing is going to be so disgusting during this run. Thank you for the luck delusions. We all know I need it. Just don't get hit, of course. I mean, we have to get hit somewhere. Thank you for the luck, BPG. I appreciate all the luck. I know a lot of you have seen this run already being done. Straight through it, of course. So another big difference between this run and a normal knife run is the fact that I cannot use the knife glitch. The knife glitch requires you to use two shortcuts, 2 and 4, which would be the handgun and the knife, and swapping between both while holding the aim button for some reason causes multiple swipes with the knife if you do it properly. Sadly, with the guitar, I guess it has a slight delay, and it can't actually do those inputs. Oh, Infinite. Hi. Hello. Nice to see you.
We have another donation. My Paradigm, thank you so much for your £238 donation, 90 pence. Okay, we have to get to a perfect 2K during an RE run. Hypes in chat. We have reached £2,000, everybody. Can we get some hype in chat?
Ah, good job. Right? 2K hype.
あなた、あの怪物を知ってるの？いや、あんなやつ初めて見た。でもゾンビとは違う。明確な意志を持って行動してる。好みじゃないか？お断りよ。あなたに譲る。
So sadly, a lot of this is straightforward from here. Typical stuff. We're going to go past Carlos. I'm going to try to align myself to this door. Sometimes you can actually get it where he won't push me out of the way, but other times he just pushes me out of the way. Oh no, he did push me. He didn't like it. Fight card, wow. I like to get pushed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's Carlos. It's natural. Hello, Ty. Nice to see you. Alright, so pretty much from here, I'm going to actually open the inventory box here instead of anywhere else. And I'm going to dump a good amount of stuff in. Or try to. Since I'm technically fighting against bad mouse controls. Oh god. Bad mouse controls. Be doing sub 58, yikes. This, no, yeah, of course it says, sure. We all know the normal knife is terrible. 0.4% damage with no added effect. Sub 55, of course. And pretty much I'm going to actually hit this and take the damage here. Sadly, it did not kill 2 zombies. Usually it will. Sometimes it'll even kill one of the zombies farthest away from the barrel, and it's just really weird. But yeah, so pretty much you want to take that damage there to knock you on caution. Jill runs faster on caution, which pretty much helps her out early on. The sad part of it all is that I'll be knocked out of caution soon. Aw, Jill, don't hug walls, please. Ah, of course. Typical zombie to camp the stairs. Story of my life. Okay. I'm gonna just take through the middle. Yeah. Oh, actually, these 2 zombies are actually lined up pretty well, so I'll have to dodge most likely the first. Okay, that was pretty good. Again, normally both zombies would die, and you'd have 1 there, but when you have 2, it's a little different, or worse. Why do you never see combat rolls on Walking Dead? What's Walking Dead? Never heard of it. Sad, Jill. Sad. Yo, I caught it. Oh, welcome. Thank you, Tua. We all know I need it. All right, not bad. So pretty much in this room, I used to actually pick up the hip pouch. You actually don't need it on assisted, at least. You have way too many. You have way too much inventory space, and the next spot coming up is actually a really bad one. Pretty much, just bad. It's just bad. If it goes good, I'd be shocked, but it normally goes pretty bad. It's not a beautiful time. No. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So pretty much this area is horrible. Again, as I mentioned before, how the guitar has a slight delay. That slight delay can actually screw you over quite a bit. No. It'll screw you over quite a bit in this segment. Mainly because when they go for that little jump where they do things that are a little too dirty, you won't manage to dodge it. Now, if I actually don't get, infected with a parasite throughout this area, I'd be shocked. Because it happens at least once, and I know exactly where it happens. And it's not this part, but actually I see that there. So pretty much if you do the perfect dodge and just uppercut, you get this one out of the way. And this one isn't the headache. The headache comes from the next section coming up here. Because at the same time, I also have to spin the camera. But if it actually lines up properly... Oh, okay. We got the dodge there. But yeah, if you line up properly, if it actually goes for an attack as you finish this input, it can't do anything. It'll jump past you. I'm actually shocked. I did not get infected. Gotta love these cutscenes and how it stops the timer. Such a beautiful thing. But yeah, so that's the end of, Hentai Cavern. Luckily, I didn't get screwed over, which again happens a lot, mainly because of the slight delay. And pretty much here, we're going to look down, and by looking down, Nemesis can't jump in front of you, and I don't know why. But as long as you look down, he can't actually do anything but hit you from behind. It's really weird. He cannot jump in front of you. To be fair, I'm actually really shocked that I'm even getting half the dodges. Oh, look. All right, so this is actually not bad. I'd honestly take that over Nemesis popping up behind you, mainly because if he is behind you, he will attempt to pull your leg. So, dodge, and that was actually solid. If you are a little bit slow doing that dodge, that second zombie will knock you down on the staircase and ruin your life. Oh, wow.
私はスーパーコップ。朝飯前よ。
ルートの設定が完了しました。
カルロス、私よ。運行ルートを設定した。
いいぞジル、素晴らしい。不当不屈だな。急いで駅に戻ってくれ。出発の準備。
Oh man, Clock Tower 3 has a guitar percent. That's actually tempting. That's tempting. I need more games. I need more games. All right, so hopefully no camps. Okay, good. A big problem that can also spawn here is not only will this zombie be here, there'll be another zombie, and one of the zombies will be camping the staircase. And pretty much here, we're gonna dodge his hit. We're gonna aim down, and Nemesis will leave us alone for for some weird reason. Don't know why, but he will. And I could bring up the camera here. We just need more guitar categories for games. Wow, Jill. Nice moves. Yes, this game definitely needs more knife players too. Yes. So there, I'm going to pick up 2 green herbs, and I'm going to need that for the first Nemesis fight, as well as this fast. And I can explain the fast a bit better during, or at least after the fight. And also pretty much here, if you're on caution, I think up until hardcore, if you're on caution as you run through this, Nemesis actually won't hurt you. It's as if he can't keep up. Sick Jill shuffle, yeah. This game is very weird with hitboxes. So in many segments, it's like if you don't look at what you're about to enter, it won't count. Like even if you're mashing a button, it won't count. You have to look. And another thing, yeah, Nemi is actually a big help in a weird way. It's as if, like, even getting punched by Nemi in some segments can help you out, especially if you get taken back to fine. Again, Joe runs, I think it's 3% faster on caution, so you'd rather stay on caution. And the only part you don't want caution is for Nemi 1. Also here, for some weird reason, if you're a little bit slow, that'll kill you, no matter what. Even assisted, standard, doesn't even matter. It'll kill you, just for being too slow. Oh, God. Another beautiful thing about assisted category, they don't attack you when they jump out of anything. Like, if they pop up anywhere, they won't be able to attack you right away. Which is great. Luckily, it's great. It actually helps out a lot. Ooh, Teddy. This part is actually pretty annoying here and very dangerous, and I don't like it. And it's mainly because of that. But I managed to get past it. Big problem with that, it'll just ruin your life so easy. Pretty much, if you're a little bit too slow, it'll look at you as you try to dodge past, and it'll actually just grab you. Even if you know you're away from it, it'll still grab on. How dangerous is Nemi 1? Nemi 1 is slightly dangerous, and the reason why is because of how slow it is to dodge. Pretty much what we're going to do is use what someone actually figured out. Someone figured out that there's a way to lower the DA without actually dying to Nemi 1. So pretty much that's why I grabbed the heals that I did. Normally I would grab nothing. But if you heal yourself to fine and step into Nemi's flamethrower, it'll bring down the DA from what we at? Probably 3. It'll bring the DA down to about 1. And from there, you full heal, back to fine, step back in. And once you step back into it, it'll knock the DA down to 0. And pretty much DA in this game, it's weird, but the better you play, the harder the game becomes. But in this game, they also made it where if you get dodges or if you do perfect dodges, the DA actually ranks up. And I think it's if you do 4 perfect dodges, you go up an entire rank. And it's actually a really big problem for this game, especially in the higher difficulties. You can easily turn your standard playthrough into a hardcore playthrough pretty much before the halfway mark of the game. Defense attorney. And pretty much this is Nemi 1. So again, I'm going to heal. I'm on fine right now, so this should be good. And I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna step out. Pretty much step out. We're gonna use the fast. We're gonna step back in and then we're gonna step out. That menu kills me. And I'm just going to run around him really quick. It should put me back up, hopefully, in health. And I'm going to turn. And pretty much by doing that, our DA is now 0, which makes this fight really fast, opposed to if you leave it at the typical 3, I believe it's at. I believe you're pretty much maxed out at this point already. And as soon as he hits about 40%, it'll trigger the next phase. We'll grab this. And from here, I'm going to pretty much try to manipulate his attack. I'm going to step forward while standing straight, but looks like it didn't work that time. We'll wait. But if you stand right in front of him, he'll always do this head slam. And pretty much you just have to hit back as it's about to be done. And it'll keep him doing the same attack on repeat. And that's Nemi 1.
Carlos, こちらジル、聞こえる？
はっきり聞こえる。そっちは無事か？
ええ。奴を倒した。
よし。
Pretty much that's like the key to it all. I'm trying to figure out if doing that same strat works on standard. I think the biggest problem is you die much faster. So, like, if I was to step into the fire there, I'd have to try to step out really fast or I'd instantly die. Unless it does instantly kill you. Still unsure on that. But it's actually a really good way to lower down your difficulty. By doing that, sadly, I'm actually at rank 1. Sometimes you can stay in rank 0. And as you enter RPD with Carlos, it stays the same from what I recall. You'll still be at 0. And if you know RPD, 0 sounds nice. Let's see if I can actually get this turn. Okay. Also, with these enemies, once you hear the sound, it's best to just dodge. If you hear that sound, just dodge. Otherwise, it'll hit you and knock you back. It actually does a good amount of damage, too. Like, if I was to get hit by it here, it would have just knocked me straight into danger without a second thought. We're gonna let him aim. Sadly, he aimed right at me. But it's all right. Bad buttons again. We'll just use one of these. I don't get why that has to activate every single time. Pretty much dodge here. Then we got a laser pointer. Pretty much, his hits are pretty disgusting for the most part, especially there. It's like he'll keep aiming, and even though it's already red and it should shoot past you, last second it'll just swap where it's aiming. So you want to just like zigzag really quick in that one section. You'll move, you'll see it go red. It should fire. It most likely would not do it, and you just step to the right or the left depending on which section it actually happens.
Do we have time for another donation?
Yep.
Thank you to Hoop Goddess for your £50 donation. Kick Nemi's ass with that guitar. Hype.
Thank you for the donation, Hope Goddess. We all know it'll happen unless he does it to me first, I guess. We all know Nemi 2 can super troll you. Yeah, it's normal. Didn't think about it? Ah, no, it's all right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really considered a bad word, or I don't think it's considered a bad word anymore. I mean, I know growing up it was a bad word. And of course, coming up is Carlos's RPD section. It's actually a section I dislike the most out of this game. I could do without it. I'd rather not have it for what it's worth. And pretty much here, oh yeah, so pretty much here, as you can see, DA resets back to 0 for this section, so I don't have to do anything. We'll just lure poor old Brad a couple of times, or well, 2 times really, and leave him alone. Sadly, DA doesn't do this exact trick later on. When we reach the Nemi 2 fight, the DA will actually go up instead of down. So we'll have to take care of that. Dance with Brad, yeah. Gotta dance with Brad. Brad hurt our poor friend Marvin. He didn't deserve it. Marvin didn't deserve it, I mean. Yeah. Marvin didn't deserve it. Brad. Chicken heart. We try not to hug Brad here. Look at the little mistake that Marvin made. Wasn't so great. So yeah. Brad was like, sorry. And Marvin's like, whoa, homie, you talk? And that's it. Over. So technically, it was Marvin's fault, too. They did it to each other. He was too polite to a zombie.
ゾンビの仕業じゃない。
Marvin's weakness, polite zombies, indeed. He can't handle it. Once they talk to him, he's like, oh, wow. So pretty much here, it's pretty straightforward. Zombies then burst through, elbow. In the room coming up, this happens very randomly, but I need the female cop zombie to follow me from behind, which could allow me to get through without taking damage, and I'll just elbow the last zombie. But also, that zombie with the brown shirt that you saw, he can actually just become active right away and end up getting you with the bite. Luckily, we did not get bit, so it's perfectly fine. That'll give me a chance to line them up in a bit and Carlos punch their soul out. You cannot find Marvin in 3-make. I kind of wish you could, but you can't, sadly. Another thing with Carlos's punch, and I figured this out really randomly, you can walk towards a zombie, lure them back, and in the last split second, you can just punch them. So, like that. At the same time, you can also time it perfectly. You can elbow and then do a manual punch right after. That's a bit harder to actually pull off, but if you do pull it off, it will help a lot in this section. Again, zombies, doors, everything. I'll take the one bite here. That's fine. By taking that one bite, there's a slight chance I won't get hit. Oh no, still happened, but it's all right. Carlos is a tank. Because of this all, and I still have that green herb, I actually don't have to grab one here. And pretty much we're gonna go for the YOLO. By going for the YOLO, I'm going to go around the backside of the zombies and hope that none of them are active yet. Nice. As long as none of them activate at that exact time, you're fine. You wouldn't even be able to tell he was... Yeah. See, that's the one thing I wanted to point out as well. Can I turn? That was another thing I was worried about. I was like, I have to have the cam on because you have to see the guitar. If you don't see the guitar, you wouldn't believe it. Mainly because of a lot of the strats are used normally. Like if someone doesn't know how to do the knife glitch, this is the type of run you would see. They would just try to do everything else faster to make up for it. And from here, DA is still 0, but as soon as we trigger the cutscene, it'll go down. So, as I mentioned before, of course, and just now, DA will go back up. Pretty much it's like they try to even out the playing field for each boss. The difficulty will go up so that you don't always have that easy boss fight. Little do they know, if you kill yourself during this cutscene, it'll bring the difficulty down, and it's a fast skip. So pretty much, I think it's you do it 3 times. You gotta kill yourself 3 times here, and by doing it 3 times, the difficulty goes back down to 0. Just makes this fight faster for not doing the knife glitch. So we just have to do this one more time here. Stand still. Once he grabs, it's an instant skip on the cutscene. And we can move on from here. Thank you, TJ. Hope you're doing well. All right, now we actually start the fight. And big problem with this fight, again, is pretty straightforward. We're going to pretty much try to stay in front of him. And I'm going to use the backup strat, so as you attack him, if he does something and you perfect dodge, you want to back up. Pretty much backing up is what really helps you because he won't go for anything else. So if you see that, we'll dodge. I'm going to back up a little bit. pretty much it'll keep him from jumping back because jumping back is really bad, or it'll just take more time overall. Of course, sometimes you're just too far back, but he should start his little scripted run. I'm going to go halfway around to kind of lower the chance of him scaling the building. If he scales the clock tower, you lose a lot of time. It takes too long to deal with. He did it, didn't he? Yep, he scaled the building. So I'm going to align myself here. If he drops right in front of this little spot here, when he backs up, he'll just back up to it like it's a wall. And pretty much here again, going to go without, with just go backing up a little bit. And of course, he starts his run again. After this segment, this part, if I kill him, then that's really good. If he goes with his scripted runaround again, then it's pretty bad. But he usually does it twice, so it's whatever. This time he didn't scale the building, though, so I can actually just aim the camera up to watch him. I'll take that knockdown. It's perfectly fine. And pretty much start this all over again. Now I'm really hoping to just kill him right here, but sadly you could get memed. And that's an enemy too. Pretty straightforward as long as you can dodge them. But if this was a normal knife only run on a keyboard and mouse, you can actually make that fight so much faster. Thank you for the GGs. So we're gonna elbow her. We're just gonna elbow her. I usually like to kill her. With the hot dogger, you can actually swipe her twice and she'll just burn eventually. But it's whatever. Pick up this herb. We won't really need much else unless defending Jill is really bad, which I hope it isn't. Defending Jill really puts the guitar to the test, mainly because you're not only just attacking, but you have to move the camera around quite a lot. Also, if you do that little elbow towards an area where you're going to go through like that, or like triggering a door like you'd see here. You know what? Hold on. But yeah, like you're triggering there. It'll actually just push you through. And you use that quite a lot with Carlos, especially with those type of doors. Usually it'll be like, oh, a zombie's in front of it. So you just elbow and confirm right after, and it'll send you right through. So, question for chat. Based off this run so far, what do you think the estimate in-game time would be? 101.37. All right. 46. Oh, come on. 46.03. Come on. 59.59. I like that. Just under an hour. 59.59. All right. We're entering this terrible, terrible room. And that was really, really bad. That's something you don't want to really do right from the get-go. But you're not in control of that specific attack. Like, you're not in control. It's either you hit them with the shoulder and they fall down, or you hit them with the shoulder, they fall down, and you crack their head. Once you crack that piece of armor, they one-shot no matter what. It'll usually be a one-shot.
Hey, Crazy, would it be alright for me to read the mission statement?
Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Right now, thousands of animals are suffering silently with no chance of ever receiving veterinary care. Like you, we don't think this is fair. Worldwide Veterinary Service provides free expert care to animals in need all over the world. We do this by sending vets to where they're needed most, training them to increase the standard of care globally, and by shipping urgent aid supplies worldwide every week of the year. A huge thank you to everyone behind the scenes as well as every one of you for being here. You're all awesome.
Alright, that shoulder seemed to be a little bit decent. I believe if you do it a little bit earlier, you'll get the full shoulder off and get maybe a little bit better spacing. But in the end, it's alright. And here, pretty much here, well, she's here, but pretty much in this section, she can either be outside the room or inside the room. But that also makes a problem for these zombies here. So if she's outside the room and another zombie is blocking the inside of the room, like pretty much what just happened, usually you'll get knocked down unless it's just a single bite. But since I was running in motion and actually broke through it, I got tackled. And this is pretty much the worst part. We're gonna slightly aim down and do 2 swipes each per zombie. The big problem with that is I also have to try to control bringing the camera up and down just so I can see exactly what I'm doing at any given time. And again, sometimes the dodge will just activate a little too slow. Luckily for this part, it's actually not that bad. You're just going to use the electric boxes to your advantage. Most of the time, you're actually just going to lure a zombie, back up, and just dodge towards the end of its animation to get these hits off. Pretty much same here. 1, 2. I'm gonna actually leave that other zombie alone for now. I'll let them all clutter just a little bit. And we'll just take them all out together. Yeah, this part is really bad. This part is really bad. And again, as the difficulties go higher with the knife, it just becomes worse. I think on standard, it takes 3 hits. Hardcore, it takes 4 hits, 5 hits in some other difficulties per zombie. So pretty much you're just getting yourself in just a load of a mess, including the fact that the higher the difficulty, you're not getting as many heals overall. Bring the camera back up. We got this zombie. And that's pretty much, once the lights go out, that's the signal telling you, hey, hunter time. So since it's hunter time, I'm actually going to aim down a little bit, and we're going to curve around him a bit. We're going to do this slowly, though, so I don't line up with it. And it's dead. This zombie doesn't really matter much. If you stay to the hunter's side for some reason, it doesn't really catch you with much of anything. Of course, the higher the difficulty, the worse that idea becomes, but in our case here, it's actually pretty good. Another common thing that people wonder is, hey, you don't have to hit the light switch. You don't have to hit the light switch at all. The light switch actually matters so little. In return, if you actually do hit the light switch, you spawn another parasite. And that's not so fun. This is actually the parasite right here. So I'm gonna wanna knock him down. And that should be fine. We'll go around.
Do we have time for another donation?
Yep.
Awesome, thank you. We have a £5.69 donation from Sneeble. Thank you, Sneeble.
Thank you, Sneeble. And everyone who's been donating to this event. You're all amazing. I'm actually going to double up on my heal here because if I do recall, and I could be completely wrong, but if I do recall, hunters can one-shot you if they want while you're on caution. So we're going to wait for him to get a little bit closer. We're going to hit it here. Pretty much take that to an advantage. I got hit by the parasite, but that's okay. Yeah, parasite is not moving where I need him to move. But by keeping these zombies alive, it'll help me out overall with overall knowing if or if not more zombies will spawn. But since it's only these zombies here, we should be fine, I'd say. I just need them more over here. And this was actually a pretty slow cabin, or, well, cabin was I before, but a pretty slow defending Jill section. Again, biggest problem is that more zombies can keep spawning over time. And I don't know if that's completely random or not, but I've had it where after the hunter, nothing else spawned, and I've had it after the hunter, I had a couple more waves of enemies. From here, you just want to kill that first zombie blocking the door, and you can just wait the rest out. They won't do anything.
Do we have time for one more donation?
Yep.
Thank you so much. We have a £9 donation from Mike Paradigm. Nice. Thanks, Mike Paradigm.
Okay, so from here, we're actually going to pick up one thing, and it's actually the burst model handgun. That comes in handy for the final Nemi fight. If you try to use the normal handgun, you don't have enough ammo in it, so you actually have to pick up ammo. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. And now comes a really, really fun part, of course. You pretty much get introduced to the pale heads here. They're horrible, horrible enemies, super fast, and they can ruin everything for you. Harley. That's my worst fear, getting stuck on the lift, because so pretty much if an enemy climbs on to the lift with you, you can't use it. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it at all. I feel like, oh, I can circle him, or I can circle the enemy, or I can kill the enemy on the lift. But no, the game doesn't care about that or how you feel. If something joins you on it, you can't use it. And yes, they love staying on the platform. So we'll pick up this hip pouch here. So the trigger on these elevator things here is pretty bad, but if you can align yourself at your earliest convenience and just turn the camera, you can actually hit the pad without really worrying too much. And yeah, I'm guessing they're too heavy. Depending on how he goes, let's see. Yeah, he's getting up. This is the problem, really. You can pretty much see how fast it moves. And not so great. Not so great. But it moves really fast. So say it was getting up and I waited in front of the lift. As soon as I got on, he would be on me as well, right behind me. Not where we were going. Not where we were going, Jill. Worst fear, mine is like getting... Of course. Of course. What is my PB? So, like 2 days ago, I... A couple of days ago, I actually got sub 1 hour for the first time. I honestly thought it was impossible on a guitar. I couldn't figure out how you would pull it off without knowing how to knife glitch on the guitar, but we actually managed it. So I think my PB is a 57:48, which I believe is one of the fastest on the board, one of the fastest on multiple boards. And of course we get another one of these Gamma Hunters, which are always so nice to us. If you actually play this game, on something like hardcore, as soon as you climb off the first ladder where one appears, you can actually get killed during the cutscene, and you can't even do anything about it. Like, it'll automatically be active, and once Jill is talking, it'll kill her. All right. Ah, that was terrible, but it's all right. This room is not this room is terrible. A lot of these rooms are terrible, really. A lot of it is trial and error. Like, okay, you saw there was a pale head and a zombie. They both could go for no attack. And if they go for no attack, as soon as you pass by, you either get knocked to the floor or they just wipe you out, which is always fun. Man, then I'll predict your time at 1:10:09 then. To my God. And we're pretty much almost done with this game. We're entering the last section before the second to last boss. Pretty much from the last boss, you go down, what, 2 rooms, and you're already in. Also, triggering this door is really weird, and I've had bad times with it. I've had pretty bad times with it. Pretty much I'll go to the door and keep moving, and you won't go through. I'd have to do something like aim the knife, and for some reason, then Jill's like, oh, look, it's a door and not a wall. Good turn. Going with 1 hour and 8. Yikes. Pretty much we'll dodge into this, use the key, and now we'll be going up a beautiful staircase with a beautiful creature, and hopefully get the dodge. Nice. And now we just have to worry about getting the dodge back. again, since they're so fast, either it'll be on the staircase or it'll be even closer than that, which can throw me off a bit.
これワクチンを作るのに使えそう。
Okay, I see. Okay. Nice. We gotta dodge this guy too. Oh no, we actually don't. Wow. And the pillhead was already past us. What about the second one? Oh, the other one is not even here yet. We're good. There's actually another one right beyond that section. Again, sometimes it's closer than normal, so as soon as you turn that corner, you're like, oh wow, hi.
きっとこれが動力。
Ah, here we go, Mr. Zombie. Nice, okay. Still doing all right. Now, this next room coming up is, in my opinion, the worst part of this run in this section of the game. There's going to be tons of enemies in one tiny room, and pretty much I'm gonna curve around. I need the first zombie to go for a grab, and then I need the palehead to try the same thing, and I'll dodge, and then I'll just shuffle past. If that doesn't happen, I'll get grabbed by one or the other, and it wouldn't be so fun. Seems like we got in, might get hit. Nice. Did we get ghost riding? And now it's a two-hunter fight. So pretty much, you don't want this first one to hit you. This one will hit you. Sometimes they'll try to jump on you. But again, you're just going for dodges and trying to wipe them both out at the same time as fast as you can. Oh, and it caught me with the one shot, even though it should have died. That one should have been the one that died first, but that wasn't the case, sadly. Again, breaking their armor is the worst thing you can do, but sadly, it's really not up to you. It's all on chance. It's like, will you pop the armor? You're not even sure on that yourself. It's like really weird. So if you think this is bad, if you do this with the normal knife, be prepared to dodge at least 20 to 25 attempts of that same attack. Fucking fight card, wow. So yeah, so pretty much what ends up happening there is if you use the normal knife, you pop the armor because you don't have that added bonus damage from the fire. You're pretty much counting on the fire to wipe out the enemy first versus your actual knife damage. It's shocking that the zombie, or well, the hunter behind the one that had the armor removed went for it first. And then the one after actually died, but the one I was hitting from the beginning just let it rock. But as you can see, that time, no armor broke. It's all on chance. It's the, again, all on chance of every weird thing. My best guess is that it's a critical hit that you end up doing. I'm guessing the critical hit is what really pops the armor off. And how is this enemy? I'll take the zombie bite. There's a palehead right behind them. Yeah. It's either you take the zombie bite or the palehead grabs you, just depending on the location, but sometimes you could actually dodge both.
Do we have time for another donation?
Yep, this is actually a perfect opportunity.
Awesome, thank you. We have a £2 donation from Diesel. But the raven's still beguiling, all my fancy into smiling. Straight, I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking, fancy unto fancy, thinking, what this ominous bird of yore, nevermore. Thank you, Diesel.
So now we're heading into Nemi 3, which is a pretty interesting one, kind of. Think Nemi 2, except much more annoying. So I want him to go for this slam first. I'd rather it not jump on me or try to jump on me, especially since Nemi can't actually jump on you in general. And again, we're gonna just stay as back as we could without being too back from hitting and just trick them into sticking with the same animation overall. And there we go. We knocked them out of this little phase here. If you actually hit them beforehand, you can actually let it deal more damage as the timer is in a complete stop. So the added fire damage will actually still do damage. I believe that's very similar to the normal run where they use the grenade launcher. Besides that, we're going to swipe her 3 times. Or 4, I guess. It doesn't matter. Yeah, she's wiped. It doesn't matter. This guy here, though, I want him to follow me a little bit. And it's just so that he dies with the Nemi Slam. There we go. Oh, he did it. He's still chilling with us. Go for it. I don't know how I got knocked out of the bite animation, but okay. That works. Either way, it works. Whatever gets me out of the zombie grab, since it's so bad. Let's just get out of that really quick. Don't want to be stuck there for sure. Now he'll stop hiding. He'll stop hiding now and just go for his regular jumps. Abomination. Hi. I miss you, Blake.
Thank you to Abomination for your raid. Welcome, Raiders.
All I heard was the multiple screams. We'll aim this up a little bit. Wait. Dodge him. Bring the camera back down. that should have been his last jump or his last attempt to even bother me. Again, we're gonna try to keep him in the same animation. I don't want him to do the swing that covers the entire room. And that pretty much ends that part of the fight. And yes, the swing is terrible. So during that fight, if you are just a little bit too far away at one point, Nemi 3 will actually start spinning his tentacle, or well, that whatever it is, around the room, and it covers almost the entire room. So if you're, no matter where you are exactly, if he does it, you're most likely going to get slapped. And if you get slapped with it, it'll keep knocking you down. I need a specific, oh nice, we got good RNG on this part here. So we're gonna aim a little up. Up, nope, he's blocking it. That's bad. Can you unblock? Thank you. You can roar, that's fine. Whatever you want, buddy. But that's one of the most, like, that's the terrible fight. It's also mainly because it can spawn enemies in. So as it's spawning like the zombies in, you can fight Nemi 3 perfectly normal, but those zombies can also still get you with grabs, even if you're in the dodge animation, which is pretty bad. But as you saw before, Nemi can do the same thing. You can be in a bite animation from a zombie, and he can just jump on you and take you out of the animation, doing damage twice. Not throwing the knife like a boomerang. Oh, I wish. I wish. See ya, Nemi. You were great. You were so kind to us. I definitely tell you this. Aiming the gun with the guitar is one of the worst things ever. Mainly because to move the camera up, I have, or up or down, I have to use the whammy bar one way and the Xbox home button another way. So it's not the best overall. Don't miss the shot. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Don't miss the shot, buddy. Misses the shot. Oh, great. Thanks. The weirdest thing with that part as well is that you have to use the D-pad going right and then flick the strum bar to actually manage that. Don't miss. Wow. Don't miss. So close. So if I didn't get killed by the hunter, we would have been around 58-40. But wow. I definitely hope you all enjoyed the run. This was incredible. Aw. I just need to learn how to do one of the harder difficulties, like hardcore with the guitar. That's the real test.
GG. Well done.
Thank you.
Can we get a wall of claps in chat?
Infernal when? No, never. It does. Hardcore guitar would probably be really crazy.
I had to butt in, Eric. That is one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen, honestly. GG, sorry. I normally don't do this, but that was an incredible run. You smashed it. Thank you so much for doing that.
Anytime.
It was. Thank you so much for being with us here at Hallowspeed and for your amazing guitar percent run of RE3 Remake. Do you have any shout outs?
Let's see. Well, of course, I have to shout out Chad for getting me on this. I really do appreciate you, letting me know, and Sneevil as well. Both amazing runners for multiple games. I'm trying to get Chad into doing knife only. I tried to get Sneevil into knife only. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do appreciate it, especially asking me to try to do guitar again. It was amazing. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed the run. You can always find me, twitch.tv/crazygamingdayz. I do this quite often. I actually have a day dedicated just to guitar speedruns, and I speedrun about 6 to 7 games back to back with the guitar, which is pretty much like Remake 3, but Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and Code Veronica. Those will be the originals. Dino Crisis and Remake 3. I can pretty much run all of those with the guitar perfectly fine. But yeah, thank you so much again for having me. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you stay tuned for the next run. It's going to be hype.
Thanks so much, Crazygamingdayz. A huge thank you to Hallowspeed and Thunderthon, as well as everyone behind the scenes, as well as every one of you for being here. We're just over 2/3 of the way towards our goal for this amazing cause. Can we get some more hype in chat? So Crazy, where can everyone find you when you're not doing speedruns for Hallowspeed and Thunderthon?
Oh yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/crazygamingdayz. I also have a YouTube that I'm going to be uploading my runs into, especially my guitar runs, since it seems everyone wants to see it. That'll be about the same thing. I think it's youtube.com/crazygamingdayz.ttv. I think if it's not, you'll find it somehow. If not, you can always stop by my channel, ask where else you can find me. We have a Discord and everything that I run. And I'm always on Monday through Saturday, starting around 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern, and usually it's speed runs. Of course, white card, of course.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Just quickly wanted to mention our mission statement. Right now, thousands of animals are suffering silently with no chance of ever receiving veterinary care. Like you, we don't think this is fair. Worldwide Veterinary Service provides free expert care to animals in need all over the world. We do this by sending vets where they're needed most, training them to increase the standard of care globally, and by shipping urgent aid supplies worldwide every week of the year. We'll be taking a quick break, so this will be a great time to stand up, stretch, and stay hydrated. When we come back, we'll have Demonic Robots with their run of Clock Tower 3. I'll be handing you over to Sneevil, who'll be taking over as your host after the break. As for me, my name is Silakel, and it's been a pleasure hosting you.